Og, welcome to Court Helicopter News, where we are dealing with the fruits of marriage. When people get married, there are two things that they get. Children, we dealt with the question of the children and the law. Today we are dealing with property after divorce. That property that you people have acquired, that hotel that you have built together, that business that you have built together, that home you are staying together, after the marriage has been dissolved. The law that comes in is Cap 152, what is called Chapter 152, the Division for Matrimonial Properties Act. How will the law divide the properties of a married people? Let us start first. Who are these people who are married? The law defines that they must be opposite sex, a man and a woman. Surprisingly, this law has not realized that there are gay marriages and there are other types of marriages. This is according to the Kenyan Constitution. 2, when does the law for Matrimonial Properties Act take effect? One must be divorced. That is the law. You cannot divide property when you are still married. Now let us deal with this question. You have been divorced. And who can divorce you? Court Helicopter News has told you, only a court of law can divorce you. Jurinjeke, Abagaka, Ritongo, Kaya elders have no jurisdiction to divorce anybody. So after you have gone through the court process, this law applies excluding Muslims. The Muslims, the law of the Qadhi's court deal with the properties of the Muslims after they have divorced. So this is purely for those who have married in the African customary law, those ones who are married in the Christian law, and those the Hindu Marriage Act. What is the law on it? Let us deal with what is called contribution. The principle of division of matrimonial property hinges on this. You must show your contribution financially. How much money did you put into buying of that property? As the wife, former wife, as a former husband, how much money directly did you contribute into this? 2, the second principle is how much contribution did you do? And we'll be dealing with that controversial issue later, because this is a very, very elaborate and contentious issue. I will be slow to give it 4 episodes for the Kenyans and both in Kenya and everywhere to read. Section 2 reads like this. In this act, unless the context otherwise requires, contribution means monetary and non-monetary contribution and includes A, domestic work. That domestic work that you do, the court has given it a monetary value. 2, management of a matrimonial home. As a wife, that which you do to manage a home, keeping dogs clean, feeding the animals, taking care of the chicken, sweeping, serving, that is management of the home. The court has taken that. Section 2B, childcare. Your childcare is a contribution. Free companionship. Have you been together with your husband? Have you been together with your wife? That companionship is monetized now. D, management of family business. Have you been managing the family business? If you have been managing the family business, the law says that is monetary. Then it talks about farm work. Many women who are jobless think they are jobless. Have you been doing farm work? Have you gone to the shamba? Have you gone milking the cows? That work, now the law says that is monetary contribution. And it means family business means any business which is run for the benefit of the family by both spouses or either spouse and generates income or other resources wholly or part of it which care for the benefit of the family. Wewe unaichuna chai, wewe unaenda Mombasa unapanda juu ya ile mnazi. That is work. Does it generate income? You who is taking care of a small garden behind your house, you who is taking care of some chicken, don't think that that is work. Your husband might be earning a lot of money. He's a lawyer, and you are not working in an official position. That is work under Section 2. Then it moves to say, what is a matrimonial home? This is a very controversial question. Can you call a rented house a matrimonial home? Can you call a house where your husband was given that house from his father? He inherited from his father. Listen to what the law says. Court helicopter brings it live. It means matrimonial home means any property that is owned or leased by one or both spouses and occupied or utilized by the spouses as their family home and includes any other attached property. So any property, whether owned by the husband or owned by the wife alone, or whether jointly owned, so long as that is where you people live, that is a matrimonial home. Get it very clear today. It moves on to say, matrimonial property has the meaning assigned to it in Section 6, which means any property that you people are living is a matrimonial property. That is how Section 6 says. We'll deal with it. It means the matrimonial home or homes. It means B, household goods, zile sufuria, zile mende, zile vitu mko nazo nyumbani. Under Section 6B means that a matrimonial home also and property includes other immovable and movable property. This is land, that is property of matrimonial property. A car is a matrimonial property. A mkokoteni is a matrimonial property. A tuk-tuk or a boda-boda is a matrimonial property. Any property that you have acquired immediately after the wedding and before the divorce has come, that property is called matrimonial property, so long as it was acquired during the subsistence of the marriage. 2, that property, whether it is registered in Omari's name, or Victor Washira's name, or Rajiv's name, or Patini's name, to the exclusion of the wife or to the exclusion of the man, that property is called matrimonial property. Let me analyze it in simple terms. Most women take loan from chamas, from round tables, from circles, and give this money to their husbands because the traditions demand. Some traditions demand a wife cannot be registered and have a title deed. That is not the law. Court Helicopter News tells you the law is nowadays equality of sexes. You can be registered as the owner of a motor vehicle. You can be registered as the owner of a title deed of land. You can buy properties, apartments, under the new law that allows apartments to be given title deeds. You can buy, you can take a mortgage as a woman. But most women because they have been taught by the religion, they take the money, give the man. The man goes and gets a sale agreement in his name. The title deed comes in his name. The logbook of the vehicle comes in his name. Section 6 of the Division of Matrimonial Property now has said whether registered in the woman's name or the man's name, that property is called matrimonial property. So, this is a very critical question. Section 6, subsection 2, get it very clear. Some of the men know this law very well. They register the property as a trustee. Get it very clear. How you should be very hawk-eyed, because Court Helicopter is bringing you this. A property registered under a trust does not become a property available for division of matrimonial property. So you'll get your husband who will tell you, this property, I have registered it as a trustee, my father's trust, because my father died. That is a way to cheat you and to con you from the property and the sweat of a wife. Insist that your properties not to be registered in as a trustee. Why? The law of trustee says the person who is registered as a trustee is not the owner of that property. He's only holding it for somebody who, when that person comes to take back that land, he takes it. For example, he's holding the property for his children, he's holding the property for some other people who are unable. So, in a marriage, avoid the property being registered in form of a trustee. That is the meaning of section 6, subsection 2. Then we have the prenuptial agreements. Are you getting married as a woman and you have been working for Nation Media? Are you working for Court Helicopter News and you are still single? Are you working for Equity Bank and you are still single? You have bought your car, you have bought your property, you have bought your land, you have bought something small. How do you deal with it when you are getting married? The law in section 6, subsection 3 says that the parties can enter into a prenuptial agreement. These are not married people. These are people intending to marry. A prenuptial agreement will allow you to deal with a property that was acquired before you were married. So you can say, these properties that I got when I was working here does not form part of the matrimonial property. When I die or when we divorce, this property I'll give to my mother. This property I'll give to my father. So section 6, subsection 3 now makes it lawful to deal with the prenuptial agreement. These are properties that were acquired before the marriage or properties acquired with the intention that you are going to marry ahead. Section 4, section 6, subsection 4, that prenuptial agreement, the court can interrogate it and revoke it if it finds that it is against public morality and public interest. So it is episode 1. We have defined the process of what is matrimonial property, what is a matrimonial home. We'll be moving to episode 2, where we are dealing with the property. How does the law divide the property after the divorce has been granted? Wakili Danstan Omari from Court Helicopter News, the first episode on division of matrimonial property. Thank you very much. See you in second episode. Asante.